As every anime season, this season's had its bangers and failures. From the banging animation in Demon Slayer to awesome plot twists in Attack on Titan, we saw it all this season. And today we have brought you the top 10 best anime of the season winter 2022. Number 10, How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. Together with his talented aides, the realist hero Kazuya Soma continues his quest of reinvigorating the Elfrieden Kingdom through administrative reform. Having successfully conquered Van, the capital city of the Principality of Amadonia, Kazuya now faces the envoy from Grand Chaos Empire, who wishes to impose punishment for breaching the ban on war established by the Mankind Declaration Treaty. Despite the dire situation, Kazuya sees a path to avoid unnecessary conflict whilst gaining new allies. With his plan being seemingly perfect, the only barrier to success is gaining approval from the envoy. Number 9, SABIKUI BISCO. A plague-like wind blows across the arid, sandy expanse of a post-apocalyptic Japan. As it sweeps over the living and non-living alike, rust is all that remains in its wake. The cause of the catastrophic state of the world is believed to be mushroom spores. Bisco Akeboshi, known as the man-eating mushroom, is a wanted criminal archer whose arrows instantly grow mushrooms wherever they land. However, he is in truth a mushroom protector, a person who spreads fungi in order to enrich the land and return it to its previous state. Alongside the crab Akutagawa and young Dr. Milo Nekoyanagi, Bisco ventures through the wastelands of Japan searching for the legendary Sabikui, a Panacean mushroom said to devour all forms of rust. Number 8, AKEBI'S sailor uniform. Ever since she was young, Komichi AKEBI has always adored sailor uniforms, even going so far as to ask her mother to sew one if she succeeds in getting into her mother's alma mater, Rubai Academy. And thus, when she gets accepted into the prestigious school, Komichi is ecstatic. However, much to her surprise, the middle school no longer uses sailor uniforms as its dress code, making Komichi stand out from her schoolmates. Despite this, Komichi is granted permission to continue wearing the traditional attire. With renewed confidence, Komichi meets fascinating classmates as they experience school life together. Under the colorful shower of blossoming prospects, an exciting tomorrow awaits them. Number 7, Sasaki and Miyano. Yoshikazu Miyano's troubles first start one hot summer day when Shuamei Sasaki steps into his life. Sasaki saves Miyano's classmate from a group of bullies, and after that, Miyano cannot seem to shake off his eccentric upperclassman. His silent admiration for Sasaki gradually sours into annoyance each time the so-called delinquent refuses to leave him alone. Constantly being called by cute nicknames and having his boundaries ignored, Miyano wonders why Sasaki wants to get close to him. The shy and easily flustered Miyano harbors an embarrassing secret. He is a fudanshi, a boy who likes boys' love, BL, manga. The last thing he wants is for other students to find out, but through a slip of the tongue, he reveals the truth to Sasaki. Intrigued, the clueless Sasaki asks to borrow a book to read, which he is given very reluctantly. To Miyano's surprise, Sasaki enjoys the BL that he receives and asks for more, marking a shift in their strange dynamic. Although Sasaki appears to possess some personal agenda, his feelings for Miyano become complicated the more time they spend together. As they now share a common interest, their relationship is poised to change and further develop. Number 6, Teasing Master Takagi-san. As summer break comes to an end, Nishikata is stoked to try out his newest pranks and finally outdo his classmate Takagi once and for all. Despite his losing streak, he is slowly getting to know the unrelenting workings of her crafty mind. However, he soon realizes that Takagi's motivations behind her teasing may not be what he initially assumed. One thing is certain, though, each fun-filled day of strategizing and competing brings the two closer than ever. Number 5, The Case Study of Vanitas. Vanitas and Noe archivist head out to the town of Gévaudan in search of the beast, an enormous wolf-like creature that has slaughtered hundreds of people. Suspecting that the beast is a curse-bearing vampire, Vanitas primarily aims to heal it using the powers of his grimoire. Along the way, the two get separated and suddenly travel back to the past, to the exact moment the beast is lurking in the woods. After a battle against the gigantic wolf and a vampire hunter, Vanitas decides to team up with Jean in order to find Noe. Despite being allies, Jean's goal is the opposite of Vanitas, as she was tasked to kill the beast, suspecting it may be someone she used to know. Meanwhile, a severely wounded Noe is picked up by the mysterious Chloe Dipshire and her servant. Like Noe, Chloe is a vampire whose existence was erased from the public's knowledge. She has been a guardian for future generations and once tried to find a way to become human again. While Noe is grateful to Chloe for her hospitality, little does he know that she might be siding with forces far more dangerous than the beast itself. Number 4, My Dress-Up Darling. High school student Wakana Goju spends his days perfecting the art of making Hina dolls, hoping to eventually reach his grandfather's level of expertise. While his fellow teenagers busy themselves with pop culture, Goju finds bliss in sewing clothes for his dolls. Nonetheless, he goes to great lengths to keep his unique hobby a secret, as he believes that he would be ridiculed were it revealed. Enter Marin Kitagawa, an extraordinarily pretty girl whose confidence and poise are in stark contrast to Goju's meekness. It would defy common sense for the friendless Goju to mix with the likes of Kitagawa, who is always surrounded by her peers. However, the unimaginable happens when Kitagawa discovers Goju's prowess with a sewing machine and brightly confesses to him about her own hobby, cosplay. Because her sewing skills are pitiable, she decides to enlist his help. As Goju and Kitagawa work together on one cosplay outfit after another, they cannot help but grow close, even though their lives are worlds apart. Number 3, JOJO'S Bizarre Adventure, Stone Ocean. In Florida, 2011, Jolene Kuju sits in a jail cell like her father Jutaru once did, yet this situation is not of her own choice. Framed for a crime she didn't commit, and manipulated into serving a longer sentence, Jolene is ready to resign to a dire fate as a prisoner of Green Dolphin Street Jail. Though all hope seems lost, a gift from Jutaru ends up awakening her latent abilities, manifesting into her stand, stone free. Now armed with the power to change her fate, Jolene sets out to find an escape from the stone ocean that holds her. However, she soon discovers that her incarceration is merely a small part of a grand plot, one that not only takes aim at her family, but has additional far-reaching consequences. What's more, the mastermind is lurking within the very same prison, and is under the protection of a lineup of menacing stand users. Finding unlikely allies to help her cause, Jolene sets course to stop their plot, clear her name, and take back her life. Number 2, Demon Slayer Entertainment District Arc. The devastation of the Mugen Train incident still weighs heavily on the members of the Demon Slayer Corps. Despite being given time to recover, life must go on, as the wicked never sleep. A vicious demon is terrorizing the alluring women of the Yoshiwara Entertainment District. The Sound Pillar, Tengen Uzui, and his 3 wives are on the case. However, when he soon loses contact with his spouses, Tengen fears the worst and enlists the help of Tanjiro Kamado, Zenitsu Agatsuma, and Inashuk Hashibira to infiltrate the district's most prominent houses and locate the depraved upper-rank demon. Before we reveal our number pick, here's a colossal amount of honorable mentions you need to check out. Number 1, Attack on Titan, the final season part 2. Turning against his former allies and enemies alike, Eren Yeager sets a disastrous plan in motion. Under the guidance of the beast Titan, Zeke, Eren takes extreme measures to end the ancient conflict between Marley and Eldia, but his true intentions remain a mystery. Delving deep into his family's past, Eren fights to control his own destiny. Negation. Meanwhile, the long feuding nations of Marley and Eldia utilize both soldiers and titans in a brutal race to eliminate the other. Reiner Braun uses his own powers in a desperate bid to hold off Eren's own militaristic force, and his fellow Eldians, children Falco Grice and Gabby Braun, struggle to survive in the unfolding chaos. Elsewhere, Eren's childhood friends Mikasa Ackerman and Arminar Lurt remain imprisoned alongside Eren's former Survey Corps companions, all disturbed by Eren's monstrous transformation. Under the blind belief that Eren still secretly harbors good intentions, Mikasa and the others enter the fray in an attempt to save their friend's very soul. And there you have it, top 10 anime of winter 2022. And that's been it. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.